Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here for the first time then welcome. My name is Trina-Louise and over here on my channel we do all things plus size fashion and beauty. Now I'm here today with another makeup video and I have got the most beautiful palette to show you today. I have been looking at this palette for weeks, umming and ahhing about whether I should get it or not. And when I finally decided that I should get it, it was out of stock and I was like, oh, you've missed your chance. And then it came back in stock and I had to buy it straight away because it is gorgeous. It is the Sigma Cor-De-Rosa palette. Now this palette is just absolutely gorgeous. Like the colours inside are just stunning. Like I absolutely love pink eyeshadow. Like I think pink or yellow are my favourite eyeshadows, and I think pink's just a bit more you can do more varied looks with pinks. Like a lot of yellows sort of blend into one, whereas you can get more varied looks from pinks. So pink is probably my favourite. So when I saw this palette I was like, got to have it, absolutely got to have it. So it's got 14 shadows in it. There's a mixture of mattes and metallics. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 metallics and then the rest are mattes, and it does come with a brush as well. Now I've heard so much about Sigma brushes. They are meant to be absolutely amazing, and this is a great deal because you get 2 in 1 to try. So you get the E38, which is the diffused crease, and the E54, which is a medium sweeper. So this side's going to be really good for like blending the colour. Oh, it's so soft. And this is going to be good for like packing on shimmer. But yeah, so I know that these brushes are really expensive, so it's great that you get one. Now this palette is quite expensive. It was £39. And I would never normally spend that on a palette. I do have some more expensive palettes, but I've always got them as like birthday presents or Christmas presents. I've never spent this much on a palette for myself, but I've wanted this for so many weeks, and normally I want if something's expensive, I'll want it and I'll wait and I'll look at it, and over time I'll not want it so much anymore. But with this one I continued to want it, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself and I'm gonna buy it. So let me do some swatches for you. So the first shade is Belle of the Ball, then we've got Veranda, then we've got Sun Sprite, then we've got Damask, yep, Damask. Oh, wrong finger. Then we've got Shakespeare, we've got Apricot, and we have got High Society. So that is the top row of shadows. Then we have got Bare Root, Hybrid, Medallion, and Campfire. Ooh, that's pretty. And then the last 3 shades are Dark Night, Summer Song, and Cor-De-Rosa. So that's the second line of shadows. So just off the swatches, I would say that the shimmers look absolutely stunning. They look like they're going to be amazing when I get them on the eyes. Some of the mattes looked a little bit less pigmented than I thought, like this bright pink damask shade, but that might not be a bad thing because it might mean that it's more buildable, which is sometimes a bit easier to work with. If you're not used to really pigmented eyeshadows, if you've got a really pigmented pink and you just touch your eye and all of a sudden it's like, poof, like an explosion of pink, sometimes it's not the easiest to work with. So we're gonna have to see how it is on the eye, because obviously you can't judge shadows completely off swatches. So I'm gonna zoom you in a bit and we're gonna have a play, and we're gonna test out some of these shadows on the eye. So I've zoomed you in quite a bit so that you can see what's going on with the eye. I did all my base makeup before, so we can just focus on the eyeshadow. And I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette because I'm really intrigued to give this brush a try. I don't know what this is. So where do I start? Let me think. I'm gonna do a pink look. Obviously you could do quite a few looks with this. You could do like a softer pink look, you could do a harder, brighter pink look, you could do a bit more of a purple look, you could do a really like golden look, you could do a really nice neutral look. There's so much that you could do with this palette, but I am obviously gonna do a pink look. So I think I'm gonna start by putting this pinky colour hybrid into my crease and just blending that out. And I'm going to use the diffused crease side of the brush. And I'm just putting that in my crease and just above. Wow, that is really pigmented. So it's coming out a little bit more peachy than I thought it was going to, but that's fine. I'm a huge fan of peachy shadows as well. So just really blending this in to the crease with little window wiper motions. And then just with nothing extra added on my brush, just really blending those edges to diffuse them and make it look softer. That is super pretty. Like, it's just a really nice, soft, corally peachy pink that is perfect for a transition crease shade. Now, I don't like to take my transition shades as close to my eyebrows as some other people do, but that's just personal preference. And the other thing I'd say is I don't have hooded lids, but the hood of my lid does come and cover quite a lot of my lid space. So what I do to make sure that you can at least see the transition is I do my transition shade, and then I'll put my mirror in front of me and I will look down so that I can check that I can still see some of the transition shade above when I'm looking down, if that makes sense. Like, you can still see some of the shades. So just a bit of a tip if you've got a similar eye shape to me, that's something that I've found helps. Now, we're gonna have to try this damask pink next. It's been calling my name ever since I saw it, so we're gonna have to try that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that on the outer V of my eye, sort of about a third of the way in, and then I'm gonna bring it into my crease, not quite all the way, probably to about here, but lower than the transition shade, so sort of on my crease and a little bit below, rather than on my crease and a little bit above, if that makes sense. And the brush picks up quite a bit of colour, so I'm probably just gonna tap that off because I really want to build this, and I'll probably build it a bit more in the corner than I do across the crease. So just tapping it onto the corner first and then bringing it into the crease, and I'll build it up as I go. Just using the same window wiper motions. I'm going to build it up on the outer corner. I've got a little bit more product on my brush and I'm just going to place it into the corner like so, and then blend it. So that is another really pretty colour. I'm going to do a bit more blending, but it's coming off, I don't know if you can pick up on camera, but it's a bit more, it isn't neon, but it looks a little bit more neon. I thought it was going to be a bit more sort of dusky, but it's a bit brighter, and maybe because I'm mixing it with the peach, but it's still super, super pretty, and it's definitely buildable. So that's how it's looking so far. That did turn out to be quite a bit more of a hot pink than I thought it was going to, but I'm really liking it. So I think now we need to test out some shimmers. Now I'm thinking we have to try this Belle of the Ball shade. Let's get her on the finger. It's just super, super glittery and metallic and wet looking. Like, That is stunning. So to give it a good test, I'm going to try putting it on with the brush first, and then if that doesn't work, I usually get it on the brush, spray it with a little bit of setting spray, and then it turns into more of a foiled shadow. And then if that doesn't work, we can use the finger, but I'm hoping that it'll pass the quality test of a shimmer and not need any of those extra steps. So I'm just going to load up my brush with the shade, and I'm going to put it all over my lid, probably sort of just up to where the hot pink is, and then we'll blend it after. And we might add some more different shades if we need to, but I'm going to try this out first. Wow. Look how pretty that is. So it's really pretty. It's quite glittery, like there's not much colour coming through under the glitter. So I might try and wet the shadow first. What I like to do is get it on my brush and then wet it rather than wet my brush and go into the shadow, because if you get the shadows wet, you can sometimes ruin them. So that's a way around it. I'm going to get some setting spray, and I'm just going to load up my brush, and then I'm going to spritz it with some of my MAC Fix Plus. If you actually can, if I can actually hit the brush. And then we'll see if that changes things. Oh yeah. Can you see it's just much more foiled, and there's much more colour under the shimmer now. Look how pretty that is. I will say I am really enjoying using this side of the brush, and I'm also enjoying this side too, but I'm not sure I'd use it for shimmers. I prefer a more flat, denser brush for shimmers, whereas this is a little bit more fluffy. So I'd probably use this for like blending more precisely in the crease. But it's working, but I do prefer, let me show you. Probably needs a little bit of the clean, but I've got my Morphe M224, which I prefer for shimmers. Like you can see, it's really flat and densely packed, and it just picks up the shimmer really nicely, whereas this is a bit more fluffy, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give this a go for the other side, and then we'll continue. So yeah, I definitely preferred my Morphe brush, and I've got no fallout from any of the pinks, which is absolutely amazing because I usually get lots of fallout, so that's great. But I've got a little bit of glitter fallout on this side, but not on this side, so I think that's because of the brush that I used. And also when you wet it with setting spray, it helps avoid the fallout, but it's nothing major. I was kind of expecting a bit more of the pink, but yeah, I think the shimmer is gorgeous. So now I'm just going to get a bit more of that pink and just blend everything together so it's a bit more seamless. Now that I've blended it all, that's how it's looking so far. What I think this brush will be really good for is bringing a bit of colour on the lower lash line, which I'm going to do now. And I'm just going to use a mixture of the two pinks that I've used. I'm going to use Hybrid sort of on the first 2/3, and then Damask on the outside to blend it into where I've got the colour on my eye. That's the lower lash line done. I think I just need to deepen up the outer corners just a tiny bit. So I'm going to take the lightest touch of Shakespeare and just deepen up the outer corner just a tiny bit. Yeah, that was just the smallest amount, just to give it a little bit more depth. So I am going to go off camera, I think I might put on a bit of a black eyeliner today, just a little bit, put on some mascara, and then I'll be back. So I just stuck on some lashes, did some mascara, did a bit of eyeliner, did some lipstick, and I just want to talk you through the products I just used because I loved them all. So I used the Oh For Long Lasting lipstick on my lips in the shade Beach Laguna. Like, I am really enjoying this liquid lipstick formula. It's kind of a bit moussey when you put it on, but it just dries in a really nice non-drying way. And then I just used my Huda eyeliner that I got in my glossy box for the first time. Really enjoyed that. I struggle with eyeliner so much, and it was just super easy. But the thing that impressed me the most, I've got, so can you see my lashes? They're just really pretty and natural, and they are from Superdrug. They are the Natural 202 Fashion Lashes. Now, I've had these for a while and I didn't want to touch them because I tried some different ones from Superdrug, same packaging, just a different ones, and they had like a clear plastic band, and I hated them so much that I just almost gave these away because I didn't want to try them. But these had a black band, and honestly, they are amazing. I think they're great, but it might be more the glue that I used that made them so easy, because the glue that I used is the Revlon Precision Dark Glue, and it's one of these black ones that come on a brush, and I got this in PR quite a while ago, and I only used it once, and the reason was it doesn't dry clear, it stays black, and so if you're not using a black liquid liner, you can't use this. It's just a complete mess. So I kind of forgot about it, but honestly, it normally takes me like 15 minutes to put lashes on because it's so stressful, and the combination of these two together, I literally put it on my eyes and they were stuck. Like, they were not coming off, they were stuck. I probably needed to trim the lashes a little bit, like they're a little bit long, so when I use them next time I'm going to trim them. But I need to play with this more for sure, see if they've got it in a clear formula, and try out more of the Superdrug ones with the black bands, because I think these were like £1 or £2, so super affordable. But yeah, just wanted to let you know that I am really enjoying all the things I just used to finish off. So back to the palette, and I have to say, I love this. I really enjoyed it. Now, could I have done the same look with a cheaper palette, say one of my Colourpop ones? Probably. But there's something about having certain colours in a certain like format in a palette that can be really inspiring, and this palette is just really inspiring to me. Like, I can't wait to play with it again and do so many different things, and the formula was great. I didn't have any problems whatsoever. The lack of fallout is something that I was not expecting. Like, there was no pink anywhere, and I do find with some of my cheaper palettes that is a bit more of a problem, but that wasn't a problem with this at all, and it just looks so nice. So if you don't have the kind of money to spend, then I do get a similar kind of look with my Strawberry Shake palette from Colourpop. But again, I know that Colourpop is quite hard to, well, it's not hard to get hold of in the UK, but it's a process. You've got to get it sent over from America. But that's just sort of a drugstore. It's not a dupe, but you can do the look I've just done using this. But yeah, if you want to treat yourself, I highly recommend this palette. One, because just look at it, it's gorgeous. Two, because you get a brush in it as well, so that's a great deal. The colours are stunning, they are so pretty. I only got to try one of the shimmers out, but like, they just look gorgeous. So yeah, I cannot wait to play with this more. If you want me to do some more looks with this, I could do that over on my Instagram, which is just Trina-Louise Higgins. I'll put it in the bottom for you, but let me show you the finished look, and you'll have to let me know what you think. So yeah, that's everything for today's video. It's the first time that I've done a full video reviewing one eyeshadow palette, so you'll have to let me know what you think. If there's any advice that you can give on how I can make it better for you, then let me know, because I want to do more of these videos, because eyeshadow is my favourite makeup product to buy and use and try. So let me know if you want to see more of these videos, and let me know if there's any eyeshadow palettes in particular you'd like me to try out for you. So that's everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you aren't already and you want to subscribe, that would mean the world. It really helps to support my channel. And if you want to like the video and leave some comments below, I always try and get back to as many people as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!